Hello friends and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to rank the Ninjago season 5 episodes, and yeah, let's get started. At 10th place we have episode 45, Winds of Change, which is the season premiere. I really like this episode, but it's just the season premiere, and this time the plot didn't start that much. Sure, this episode introduced Moro and him being the master of wind and all of this, and Lloyd was possessed in this episode also, but the plot didn't start. We didn't knew Moro's motives, his backstory, didn't knew any of this at this episode. Also, at the beginning of the episode, it was a little slow. We saw the ninja being something like lazy or something like that. I don't know. They are not necessarily lazy, but something like that. Overall, this episode was very cool, but it was a little slow and it didn't start the plot very well. At ninth place, we have episode 46, Ghost Story. This is the episode that introduced Moro's backstory and motives and all of this, which is one of the best villain's backstories for me. Him being the Master of Wind was a very clever idea. Also, but it has a little problem, which is we don't know why Moro is the Master of Wind. Does that mean that anyone can be an elemental master, or what exactly? That was a little confusing for me. Maybe he's the son of the previous one, but Wu said that he never saw an elemental master of wind, so it's a little confusing. But I really like his motives and how he was related to the Green Ninja thing. Also saw the ninja trying to go to the STIX or something like that, which was cool. Also, this was the reveal of Ni being the master of water, which was very awesome. I didn't expect Ni to be an elemental master. I actually like her more as a Samurai X, but what you can do. Overall, the episode was so cool, but not better than a lot of other episodes from this season. At 7th place, we have episode 51, The Crooked Path. This is probably the slowest episode in the season. Also, the plot didn't upgrade it much in this episode, but I actually really like this episode. I like how the ninja were tricked by Ronin, by Moro, and they went to the Caves of Despair. It's also nice to see the Caves of Despair because the last time I saw them was in the palace, I think. Yeah, I think in the palace. Overall, the episode was a little slow, but I actually really liked. But nothing too awesome about it. At the 7th place, we have episode 49, Peekaboo. This is Cole's Fox episode. We saw in this episode how Cole was dealing with him being a ghost and all of this, and what he can do with his new body and all of this. I really like Cole in this episode because didn't get a Fox episode for Cole for a very long time at season 5. So it was nice to see Cole doing something very big. Uh, Also, this episode we saw the ninja going to another realm, which is, I think, the first time that the ninja went to another realm. Yeah, I think it was the first time. Also, I really love the Cloud Kingdom. It's by far one of the most. It's one of the best and one of the beautiest places in all of Ninjago. It was so beautiful and nice. Overall, this episode, we didn't see much of the Cloud Kingdom in this episode, but we saw cliffhanger in the end. Overall, the episode was so cool, but I like other episodes more. At 6th place, we have episode Cursed World Part 1. This is the first part of two parts episode, which is, this one is kind of the first part of the season finale. This episode we saw Lloyd back to the team and all of this. Also saw more of Nia, and we saw the new vehicles for the ninja for this season. Which are for Cole, Zane, and G. We didn't get anything for Kai and Lloyd. Overall, the episode was very slow for me. It wasn't as good as other episodes, but I like a lot of parts of it, like at the end when Lloyd was captured by the preeminent and stuff. Overall, this episode wasn't that awesome of an episode, but was very enjoyable to watch. At 5th place, we have episode 48, The Temple on Haunted Hill, which is one of the most, which is a fan favorite episode for this season. And this episode was so cool, becoming a ghost in the end of the episode, which is for me by far one of the saddest scenes from Ninjago, with a very sad and awesome soundtrack. When Yang was laughing, it was so creepy and very unexpected. Cole being a ghost still one of, if not the best plot twist in Ninjago. I don't think anyone could have seen that. Yeah, I don't think anyone could. Also saw we saw more of Nia's training and stuff. Actually, Nia's and Ronin's arc in this episode was boring for me, but I really love the arc of the four main ninja. It was so awesome to see them exploring that temple and all of this. It was really nice to see that. Overall, the episode was awesome. I liked so much, but there are some issues that keep it a little low on my list. At fourth place, you have episode 50, the Kingdom Come. And this episode, we saw more of the Cloud Kingdom on all of this. We saw the ninja exploring it. So also some new characters like Fenwick and Nimbus. Also, the plot of the Cloud Kingdom, which are people that riding the destiny for people on the other realms. It's very controversial, but I don't know what to think about it. But I really love the Cloud Kingdom. It's a very awesome realm. It's probably my favorite realm from Ninjago. Overall, this episode was so awesome. So uh, the Sword of Sanctuary. So more of Moro and the ghosts. But the episode was actually so great. And at the end, we got a scene of Kai trying to get the sword, which was very emotional for Kai. Overall, the episode was so awesome, but I like 3 episodes more. At third place, we have episode 52, Grave Danger. This episode was phenomenal. I'm actually really sad that I didn't include to my top 10 Ninjago episodes. This is probably at 11th place for me, because this episode was so awesome and so unique. I really liked it so much. We saw the ninja going into like a test or something like that to get the realm crystal. Also in this episode, Moro get out of Lloyd's body, and Lloyd was freeing from his possession by Moro. It was cool to see Lloyd coming back. Also, this episode we saw the ninja going to the test, and we saw each one of them actually finding the solution for one test. Like Zen, the first one, Cole at the one that they think that they should get the staff, but no. Which this one Cole found the solution, and like that. Overall, the episode was so enjoyable, and I really liked so much. At second place, you have episode 47, Sticks and Stones. This is probably one of the worst episodes from season 5 for a lot of people, but for me, I think it's a phenomenal episode. It's one of my favorites from the series. In this episode, we saw Ronan introduced to the cast, which is very awesome because Ronan is one of my favorite characters. He's very unique and awesome. Also, we saw the ninja trying to get the scroll. We saw a chase at the end between the ninja to get the scroll from Moro. At the end, we saw Moro learning how to do Urjitsu and all of this. This episode was so enjoyable. This is why I liked, because it has the feeling of Ninjago and all of that, and I really love this episode. And at first place, you have the season finale, which is episode 54, Cursed World Part 2. This episode was, for a lot of people, it was a little rushed as the finale for this season. But for me, it wasn't at all. I mean, I think this is a very underrated episode because a lot of people say that season finale for season 3 was also the best one. But for me, the season finale for season 5 is a lot better than rebooted. But yeah, opinions. But for this episode, we saw a lot of things like Moro and Lloyd's fight. We saw them going to fighting in each one of the realms. So this episode also confirmed that Chima is one of the 16 realms for Ninjago. We saw a lot of things. We saw other realms and all of this. It was a very enjoyable episode. Also saw Nia's true potential, which is kinda disappointing for me for Nia to for the how to save the day on this season. This season is by true potential, because we saw something like that in previous season, like in season 2. I mean, they should have get more creative with this, but I'm totally fine with it, because Nia's true potential is one of my favorite true potentials from Ninjago. It was very great. Overall, this episode was awesome. It's by far one of the best episodes from Ninjago, and it was very enjoyable to watch. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Give me your opinion about season 5, and which episodes are your favorites and which are your least favorites. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and yeah, see you next time.